This video is going to be on putting in a new memory card on a Samsung Galaxy 10 Plus. Probably works the same on the 10e and the 10. I know there's probably like a million videos online that show you how to do this, but they're not my video, and my video is the most important video on YouTube. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to get the little hourglass over here, the wagon wheel, and now we want to go look for, what do we want to look for? You want to scroll down here until we come to trying to get rid of that reflection. Device care. So it's checking the phone out to see what's in here. Your phone has been optimized. Yeah, okay. 100% excellent. Storage, 102.8 gigs free. That's the storage. Memory, 4.3 gigs free. Now, I have not put in a new SD card. I have an SD card. I'm going to show you how to put it in a minute. If you like my videos, do that thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, comment. If you want to support me, ask for my PayPal info. Donations are always welcome. Sorry about being nasal. I've been sick for like the last 4 days, living in Los Angeles and flu season. And so a lot of videos, they go in and they pop out the SD memory tray with the cell phone on. Those people are idiots. They just, I don't want to be rude, they're idiots. You don't change a spark plug with your car running. You don't change memory on a computer with the computer running. And you don't put in a SIM card when the phone is on. So turn the phone off. That's the way you do it. Even if you can do it with it on, you can cause damage to your SIM card and you can cause damage to your memory card. So that's step one. Phone is off. Sorry about this little stain over there. Here is the Samsung box. In the bottom, you're going to reach in for this little tab, grab the tabosis, turn it upside down, and this is the tool. You always want to have your tool in your hand. So this is the tool. Don't break it. You can buy more of these, but of course they're not going to make it easy to pull this in and out of the slot, but this is the SIM tool that you're going to need. You'll notice how I'm trying to stay away from the tip. You never want to mess with the tip. Be careful if you're holding your tip in your hand. So we've got this. Get that out of the way. Let's go look at the phone now. That's the phone. So what do we have here? We need to take off the case is the first thing. Case is removed. That's the bottom with the power, the USB-C. Hey, if you don't like my long videos that go for 2 hours, then click off. That's okay. The other side, we have two holes. Well, everybody has two holes, but you got two holes on your cell phone. You get this hole over here. If you jam this thing into that hole, you're going to puncture your microphone. You have another hole over here, which has a little door on it. So you want to punch through this. You don't want to go through the microphone. So you take the pin, you insert it, and lightly push, and it should make the cover pop. Did it make it pop? I don't think so. Let's try that again. I'm doing this through the cell phone. I'm looking through the video camera. So you take this thing and you push it in. There it goes. I think you saw the door just pop. The door popped over there. So we're going to go in here. We're going to slide this thing out. Be careful, you don't want to break this because then your phone is worthless. So this is the display, and as I slide this out, what we're going to see here is we're going to see the SIM card with the pins down. So right now, when I pull this out with the display facing me, the pins are down, and it's going to be the same way with the memory card. So I'm going to go grab my memory card now. Whoop, getting a message. There we have the package. Let me show you. I just did a video review of these. These are the SanDisk 128 gig read speed. There it is. Use whatever the heck you need. This is a 2-pack, cost about $44. Some people say you have to buy the Samsung. You don't really need to. This is 128. I'm never going to use 128 gig memory, but I've got it, so I'm going to put it in there. I believe this will even take 512. So remember, this is how it came out of the phone. Let's zoom on in here a little bit. And you can see how we've got this little straight line that it curves up like that. And notice how this piece sets in from the top. Oops. Oh no, that was not good. So you got to also really be careful when you slide this thing in, because if you don't slide it in the right way, it could actually pop out and get stuck in the phone. So just look at the angle. You see we've got the little angle, the dangle angle over there. So we're going to slide that back in, rest that in place. And now I'm going to get out the memory, which I have over here. And pins are going to go downward. It should only fit in one direction. I should have a static strap on, which I don't. So I'm going to place that in there. And whoops, hold on. There it is. I had to do it away from the camera so that I could get this thing in and not break it. You really have to. What I would do is I would take out the SIM card and get this thing in here first. See how it's perfectly flat? Ooh, with my nail, I just chipped it. See how it's perfectly flat? So what I was doing is I was holding it in this way and getting it to pop in. Be really careful with this, because this is flimsy as can be. So it's perfectly flat now. Now I'm going to go get Mr. SIM, and we're going to look for the little angle on the left top corner where we have Mr. SIM. Now you see how I'm seating that in. Now it's fitting in perfectly flat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the cell phone, and I'm going to take this with the check upward, and I'm going to hold it this way. If you turn it upside down, these parts are going to fall out while you're pushing it in, and you're going to be in big trouble. You're going to get punished. So I'm going to slightly wiggle that in gently, and then it should, let's zoom in, so it should snap, it should pop. Okay, it's locked in. Now I'm going to go press the power button over here, and we should be able to turn that on. Let's see what happens. So we've got the Samsunger coming on. Wow, that's a bad cough. Don't lose this thing. You might need it 1 year. You might be able to use maybe a paper clip. That's a really tiny pin. So don't use a paper clip. Put this in a safe place. Now we've got the phone all locked up. Everything's good. We're going to let it start up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go, oh, why did it just cut out? Did I break my phone? I'm going to go back up to the arrow, to the wagon wheel. And we're going to go back down to, where were we before? Let's look at all our options. Device care. Let's see what we have here now. We have 103 gig free. Now, I'm confused. I thought it said there was 102 gig free before, internal. I don't know. I'm confused. But I just put in 128 gigs, so where's my SD card? So I just clicked on the memory thing. System and apps, 2.5 gigabyte. So originally I had like 100 and some, and I just put in 128. Available space, 4.9 gig, which is a lot. Reserved, 714, who knows what that is. Clean now. Don't have to clean anything right now. But let's clean it now. Let's see what happens. So it's doing its little cleanup job. And I was hoping that it was going to say SD memory with the actual amount, and then the internal memory with the actual amount, but maybe not. Before we were at 2.4, now we're at 2.2. So this says system user data, 25 gigs out of 128 gigs is being used. Necessary data 0. Available space 103. I just put in the 128 gig. So I'm assuming that the 103 is probably the memory that I just put in. And because there's no way that I put 25 gig on an SD card that I just installed. So that's how you swap out the SD card. And I know this helped everybody out. The most important thing I would say is be really careful pushing that little pin into the hole. You always have to be careful when you push your pin in the hole that you don't bend it. And be very careful with the tray that you don't crack it in half. There you go. Let's scroll down to S Storage, Documents. This is a brand new phone. SD card, there's the 128 gig that I just put in, shows 119. That's after formatting probably. And what's on here? Absolutely nothing. So when you install a 128 gig SD card, you're going to end up with less, probably about 19, 18, 17, but you can see. So, or you could put on you could put on a 512 gig. You're not going to need it. It probably doesn't cost that much more money, but let's face it, chances are you're not going to need it. Unless you're one of those people that takes video of everything in 4K, or you just shoot a zillion photographs that you're never going to look at for the rest of your life, and you just like to save everything until you throw the phone away. So 128 gig is more than enough. There you go.